How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to another episode of These Homesteads. My name's Derek. Hey, if you, most of you already know, this past weekend was Homesteaders of America Conference 2021, and I was there. I did do some filming, not a whole lot. Mainly I just walked through, showed the vendors. Yeah, I did do a couple interviews while I was there. Some of those will be upcoming videos. At least one of them for sure I know is going to be an upcoming video here later on, so make sure you check back in for that. It was with one of the vendors that was there. Good interview, good information, so make sure you check back out with that. All right, let's go ahead and roll the video from down there, and then at the end here I'll come back and I'll give you my thoughts on the conference, what I think, and we'll go from there. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of These Homesteads. My name's Derek, and today, if you can tell, we're definitely not on the homestead today. So I'll spin you guys around here in a second and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Today we're at the Homesteaders of America Conference. This is day number 2. I was here yesterday all day. I never even bothered to get my camera out yesterday. Just did a bunch of walking around, talking to people and stuff like that. Yesterday there was roughly, I don't know, 4,000 some odd people here, something like that. So quite a few people. I did shoot a little bit of video with my iPhone whenever I first got here yesterday, so I'll try and add that in here just so you can get an idea of the cars and stuff like that. Look at all those cars. I mean, I can't even show you all of them. That's just crazy. It's not as bad this morning so far. I'm sure it will be here later on once it gets a little later in the day, but I'm going to try and catch some video today, show you guys like some of the vendor setups and stuff like that. And yeah, so we'll see you again here in just a minute. All right, so if you've never been to an event like this and wondered, like, why would I want to go to something like that? So I'm going to give you a rundown just real quick of some of the classes that they have in an event like this Homesteaders of America Conference. They do a lot of classes and stuff like that, and it's all stuff that is beneficial to someone who's trying to run a homestead. So we'll do a little rundown here of some of the stuff that they did yesterday. Breeding the vet out, so pretty much how to get rid of the vet, how to have smarter, healthier, and stronger livestock. Jill Winger did a class on prioritizing your time on the homestead. Sean and Beth did a not suitable for agriculture, good farming with poor land. There was one, Melissa K. Norris did how to rotate your crops for a more efficient garden. The homestead greenhouse, pop-up tunnels and high tunnels and stuff like that. Raising meat rabbits, there was a class on that. One of the ones that I wanted to go to and did was old-time ways to preserve your harvest for the prepper pantry. And then another one that I wanted to make sure I got to was Stark Brothers put one on plant once, harvest for decades, adding fruit to your homestead. Definitely something that I'm interested in, adding some more. I have a ton, but really, can you have too many? I mean, the deer get the majority of mine already anyhow, so I definitely want to add some that I'm able to get to. And the downfall is, like the homestead that I got, most of you already know, the apple trees and stuff that are there are all ones that were there whenever I bought the place, and nobody has any clue what kind of apples they are, and so far haven't ever been able to figure it out. So today there's one here, how to get your homestead involved in farmers markets, elderberry, growing, harvesting, and using elderberry, how to homeschool kids who will change the world, homestead horses and the work that they can do, herbs in preparation for viruses, utilizing cover crops on the homestead, why the world needs family homesteads, and putting together a healthy diet for your pigs, common dairy cow problems and how to navigate them. I mean, there's just a ton of different stuff that they teach, and you can go through And like me, there's certain time periods where there's stuff that is going on that it might not interest me in particular, but those are good times to go around and check out all the vendors and stuff like that. There's a ton of vendors this year. I was here, 2019 was the last one that they actually had in person. I was here for that one. There was maybe like 2,500 to 3,000 people. I think they sold 5,000 tickets for this weekend, so definitely increased. Back when I was here then in 2019, there was probably, I don't know, 20, 30 vendors, something like that. This year, oh my goodness, it's at least doubled. There has to be at least double the number of vendors, if not more. I mean, the place is just packed, and I'll show you that. We're getting ready to walk in here in just a minute. I just wanted to spend some time out here by the truck where we're out away from people and I can actually talk to you. But we're getting ready to go in now, so we'll show you around and let you see some of the stuff. But like Haas Tools is set up here. They have a bunch of seeds and stuff like that. There's a couple different nurseries and stuff in there that have plants and stuff that you can buy right here while you're here. Stark Brothers is set up, and they're actually giving like discounts and stuff you can order online, and it'll be shipped to your house. Most of the stuff is going to be shipped this week coming up, so I'm considering it, but I don't really think I'm ready yet, because I'm still in that planning stage of knowing exactly where I want to put my orchard. I'm sort of looking at how I'm going to do my orchard. I'm sort of looking at ways to keep it safe from the deer. And in the class that I went to yesterday with them, they were actually talking about Living Traditions Homestead. If you watch them, or if you have watched them, or if you haven't, you should go watch them. They actually put their orchard, they did it's a double fence, and then in between the two rows of fence, they have a chicken run. So I don't have any chickens yet, but the two rows of fence, so far they haven't had any deer get through into where the actual orchard is. I'm actually thinking about doing something like that at my place and putting the garden inside there also. So I'd have the garden and the orchard all inside that double fence, and hopefully that would help keep the deer out, because as most of you know, I have a ton of deer. But one last thing before I get too far into this. If you happen to be the guy that was standing in line behind me yesterday whenever I bought this hat, and then you asked if they had any left, sorry, you were one person too short. Really sorry about that, but better luck next year. All right, we're gonna get ready and head inside here in just a minute. Okay, now they're stopped for lunch break, and if you look behind me, you'll see just a ton of people walking in and out. People going out to their cars to have lunch and stuff like that. I'm gonna take you guys for a tour real quick so you can see just what this place is like. How many people? I know they said a little over 5,000 people is what they had come in this year, so just some of the lines and stuff for food vendors. I'm gonna spin you guys around so you can see. Excuse me. Here's some of the lines and stuff. Line for the pizza vendor.
Half an hour.
Just a ton of people. Trying to get you guys a spin around view here. We'll go check out some of the vendors and stuff. Get you guys an idea of what they're dealing with here. Another food line. I know when I was here in 2019, it was probably about half this many vendors, so definitely grown a lot in size. Vendors and people both. So there's a vendor doing nothing but trees, fruit trees and stuff, and as you can see, they're all busy. See people up there walking away with trees. So people are definitely buying stuff. A lot of the vendors are selling out everything that they have, so. But just some of the stuff you can find. Skincare stuff, soaps and everything. He does handmade wooden spoons and stuff, and literally yesterday morning whenever I stopped in, his stand was just packed. He had tons of stuff, and he's been making stuff since he's been here, and pretty much everything's gone. So he's pretty much wiped completely out. Jewelry and soaps and all that stuff there. Here's another one from Central PA. They're from over by State College, Haven Valley Homestead. So if you get a chance, go check out their channel and stuff. They got merchandise and everything. Farm to Fork craftware.
Yeah, I've just started.
Purifier tactical fire starters. Some beautiful beautiful cutting boards and stuff.
Hey, come here, Al. Hey.
Aleni, what's up?
I'm gonna come over here and show some of the stuff from Turtle Island, Eustace Conway. We got some really beautiful knives and stuff right here.
So I got a cousin.
Nice talking to you.
Sorry.
We decided that we kind of made.
They still have some beautiful stuff there. Almost missed this lane. Baby clothing. Organic bedding and stuff. They make some beautiful felt. Just some beautiful designs there. Garden seeds, all sorts of garden seeds and stuff.
I'm not saying about it.
And then you got the Kawasaki fuel injected, and then you have the Briggs Vanguard air.
So, regardless of which range they're in the 40 horsepower range.
30.
Tracks on it.
30. Just a ton of different stuff. Other people here filming. Good, how about you? Meyer Hatchery.
Sit there and look at each other like, okay, we're not going after.
Everything you would possibly need for chickens.
Yeah, I like it. you have a YouTube channel?
No,
You don't?
Yes, I
I was
do.
gonna say, I'm just never know. Can I shoot a video of you and you tell me about your channel? We'll put it on our video.
I don't care. You can. Am I allowed to do the same?
I don't care.
Because it's already going.
I don't want to bomb your thing.
Oh, that's
So
all
just
right.
Tell me about your channel. And I'll put all the channels in the description.
Excuse me. All right, so then we'll pick back up with our little tour. Just in case you want to rent your driveway or your yard for campers. Premier One Fencing. Independence Acres. Farm Life Outfitters. They also have the Bumblewood soaps and stuff.
You're out of the way, but
Which you can find at Bumblewood soaps from the Holler Homestead. That's who makes those.
what are your names?
Hoss's Tools here selling seeds. Just a ton of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Graded content from different areas that we
And they're actually here making actual knives and stuff like that.
9 years. What got you into it first?
I was just learning, so I learned how to like blacksmith and everything, doing some of that, and I was doing like big sculptural work at the time, and then I was like messing around making a couple knives, and I never knew people were like, I was like,
She wasn't one
Do it.
last night and we got here this morning and started selling it right away. My daughter said, I told you we didn't take it.
Lines for the bathrooms and stuff. Just in case you wanted some pigs.
So yeah, so she I kind of kept the low key. So and then I'm just helping Josh. He actually volunteered. So he's like, hey, do you watch? So if you know enough about pigs, I was like, yeah.
Soaps and stuff.
We gave him your monster truck. Yeah, I'm gonna your monster truck. Okay. He's gonna bring it back.
Tell them to come down here where there's not as many.
over here. Alternating box method. So the bees come out, pollinate, but they can't get in.
Yeah, salt's awesome. You'll like this salt a lot. So
Mushrooms and culinary herbs.
Refill this. Like, so is it a sea salt or?
So
Another place that has nice cutting boards and stuff. online farm markets.
But he does it, you know, and that's where kind of where KI is, like Instagram. We'll look at that to see.
Goats and stuff, and they're doing demos of milking. Windmill Heights Garden Center.
Someone else was saying that they.
This is Earth Mat Weed Barrier Heavy Duty. This is something similar to what I'm getting ready to be using next year. It's not the exact same brand, but it's pretty similar. So they also have cold frames. Off grid with Doug and Stacy. Stacy right there, talking to some fans.
Chickens down there.
Murray McMurray Hatchery.
Freedom Homestead, yeah. Okay.
So she never went behind me.
Yeah.
We're tiny, right?
Lots of places, lots of vendors.
Wonder, the one with the
Alright, and then we're right back. Right back at where we were stopped at before. Little portable coops. Alright, welcome back everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed that video from down there at the conference and got a better idea of, I know I could have done a better job of showing like each vendor and what they had and stuff like that, and sorry I didn't get to do that. But when I was down there, I was talking to one of the people that I had met, Haven Valley Farms. I showed you them, or Haven Valley Homestead. I showed you them on there, and they were saying about how they thought it would be good to, you know, try and show like with the crowds at the booths and stuff like that versus, and I was sort of thinking the same thing myself, versus showing the booths empty because everybody was off in the presentations and stuff. So I tried to plan it for a time whenever there wasn't a lot of people still tied up in presentations and there was a lot of people out walking around talking to the vendors and stuff like that. But so I went to the Homesteaders of America Conference in 2019, and when I was there, I went to a class with Jason from Sow the Land, and the class was on digitizing your homestead and monetizing your homestead through digital media and stuff like that. And I talked to Jason beforehand, before he did his class, and told him I was really considering starting a YouTube channel, and he asked me to give him a little rundown on myself, and we'll do that in a later video here. I'll tell you exactly what I said to him, but anyhow, he convinced me that I needed to go ahead and start one, because he's like, that's a really good backstory and really good path that you're on, and I really think you need to start one. So 2020 I did end up buying a GoPro, and I did do several videos and never published any of them. So 2021 here, I finally did get around and started publishing videos. So Jason, if you're watching this, or if you happen to see it, thank you, because you're the one who got me started on doing all this. So I was going to tell you that whenever I saw you down at the conference there, but honestly, I never got a chance to actually talk to you. So you were, every time I came by your booth and stuff, you were tied up with other people and I wasn't going to interrupt. So anyhow, here's what I'll tell you. So who's the Homesteaders of America Conference for? So if you are, I mean, if you've ever considered growing your own food, or if you've ever considered doing anything for yourself, if you're even slightly concerned with how the world's going and stuff like that, I mean, there's just so much stuff going on in the world right now, and if you're even slightly concerned about that and thinking about like canning your own food and preserving your own food and making sure you're be prepared for anything that happens, even if it's just a hurricane or a tornado or a freak winter storm in Texas that puts the power out for weeks or anything like that, if you're worried about any of that sort of stuff or ever even had any of that stuff cross your mind, the Homesteaders of America Conference is for you. Because if you can go to that conference and not get motivated, I mean, it's October here in Pennsylvania, and when I left that conference, I literally wanted to come home, get on my RK55 tractor, dig up a garden, and replant. That's how motivated you get going to a conference like that. So, I mean, nothing would grow, so there's no sense in me doing that, so I'm not going to do that. So I sort of wish, actually, that the conference was in the spring, whenever you could get motivated right whenever it's time to actually do the work. But it's not, it's in the fall, which makes sense because in the spring, everybody's busy trying to do their stuff, so no one has time to go to the conference. So it makes sense that they do it in the fall, not in the spring. But man, I mean, I'm telling you, if you can go to that conference and not get motivated, and if you can go to that conference and not meet a bunch of great people, like I've met some amazing channels, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, literally, I'm just speechless. Like, it's a great event. You meet some great people. You meet some other YouTube channels, and even if you're not a YouTuber, you meet a lot of great people. So it's definitely a good event. My recommendation would be, if you didn't get to go here for 2021, try and go for 2022. Although I sort of want to tell you, don't go for 2022 because they might sell out of tickets before I can get mine, and then that would be bad because then I wouldn't be able to go because they were sold out of tickets. So, all right, hey, I'm just kidding. Go for 2022. I'll try and get my ticket ahead of time so that I can make sure I get a ticket. But all right, hey, if you like this kind of content, hit that like button, click subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we'll catch you here on another episode. Have a good day.